step, step with it, step with it, step, 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 step with it, step with it, step, 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 slide, ooh to the left, slide, ooh to the right, slide, ooh to the left. Everybody, let's go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
What is up, YouTube? It's your girl BG back with another video. You feel me? We got a little story time going on. You feel me? It's been such a long time since I've done something on my natural hair, you feel me? I ain't had this out in a long time. It feels good, you know, touch my little nigga naps. Shout out to Sean, cause he caught me at the park where my brother practices at. And he said, can you shout me out in your next YouTube video? So shout out to Sean. So y'all wanted to hear a story about my first boyfriend. I don't really know what to say about that. Like, I could let y'all know, but it's like, what can I really say? So I'm gonna let y'all know a story about my first heartbreak. It's a lot of twists and turns, so let's get this started. So I ain't gonna tell you my age, but I was a little youngin' in middle school, feel me? The boy I was dating at the time, we gonna call him John. We ain't no free clout. We gonna call him John. I had a best friend, we gonna call her Sarah or something. It's always a fucking Sarah. Oh, I was in school and it was two new boys who just came to our school. They were brothers. So it was John and it was John's brother, Tip. We gonna call him Tip. I don't freaking know. Tip, he was a tall one. He was like, he caught all the females' eye. Like, he caught all the girls' eye. Like, Tip was like, you know, he walk in your class, he like, oh, he tall, who this? Like, you just want to know about him. And then, don't get me wrong, girls love a nigga that's quiet. Like, he just quiet, he ain't talk to nobody, he kept his headphones in, he was just to himself. So like,
I want to find out about you.
Tip had everybody on him. It was this one girl liked him, and it was this other girl, her best friend liked him, but her best friend ended up dating my first, it's a lot. So Tip and John was the two new boys at school. Surprisingly, I had a class with both of them. I had lunch with Tip and I had a PE class with John. I liked Tip, but I dated John.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
But we gonna get into that. So I had a little crush on Tip. My friend had a little crush on Tip. Her best friend had a little crush on Tip. Everybody just liked Tip. Everybody was on Tip. Tip, he was like, you know, he didn't really pay us no mind. I guess he had a little female, whatever, like we cared. We was jits. We didn't really care about your female. We just liked you. Tip ain't really talk to nobody, so, you know, passed by Tip, whatnot. And I had a PE class with John. So one day, the first thing I ever said to John, I asked him, I said,
you got abs?
And he was playing basketball with this little blue sweater. He wore this sweater every day. Like, this was an everyday jacket this nigga always had on. So I asked him, I said,
you got abs?
And he said,
yes.
And I said,
show me.
He said,
no.
With a stank face. Like, boy, first of all, you better be lucky I'm even asking if you got abs. Because I wasn't all that cute back then. But you ugly. So you better be lucky that I'm even speaking to you in the first place. So I was like, show me. He said, no. And I said, oh, you ain't got no abs. And I just brushed it off, kept going on about my day. The way we started dating is that we was on Facebook. So we was on Facebook and we just started texting each other and all of that. I think we was texting throughout the summer. And then he was just like,
would you date me?
He said, would you date me? I'm like, yeah, I date you. Just like, I just answered like, yeah, I'm like, you know, I date you. You cool people, so I don't mind dating you, you feel me? And then me not knowing when he said, would you date me? That's him actually asking me out. And I'm just like, okay. I found out we were dating a couple days later after I asked him a question. And I was like, oh, would you ever date Rebecca? He said,
no.
I said, why would you wait? Why would you date her? She pretty, like, Rebecca real cute. Like, you want to date her? You probably ain't got no taste. And he's like,
nah, why would I date her if I'm dating you?
We dating.
Why would I date? I'm like, what? So I'm texting, I'm just like, when we started dating, he's like, I asked you out, you know, you remember when I asked you out?
Would you date me?
Oh, so you asked me out, okay. And it mean, you know, I didn't want to be that, you know, I didn't want to feel like an asshole. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll be your girlfriend, whatever. From there on, we was dating. We started dating, and then school started, and then I knew I didn't really like him, so I decided to break up with him. I told him some lie, like, oh, I'm slipping in my grades, I don't want to be with you no more. Like, I can't really do this. We could, like, you know, try to date sometime else, but not right now. Girl, I was A and B student. I ain't never, no. My grades was fine. I was lying to you. So if you're watching this, I was lying to you. Around this time, me, my mom, my brother, we was living in this apartment that was like, it was away. It was somewhere else. So we ended up moving out because Ben's dumbass, I was sleeping in the house. Ben came outside the apartment, went downstairs, and he was lost. Like with just a diaper on. The police was involved in all of that. Imagine waking up in a house, an empty house that you had your little brother in, finding out that your little brother was out, lost in West Bubble, just doing whatever the hell you doing. Like, what is wrong with you? You feel me? So we ended up moving from that apartment. We moved to the apartment where John lived. So John and his brother and his family lived at an apartment, and we moved to the same area around him. Like literally, like his apartment here and my apartment here. We literally just lived in 2 separate buildings, but they both were the same apartment. So then I started hanging out with him. Mind you, I really did not like this boy. Like, he wasn't my type. He was like, I was taller than him. You know how girls grow faster than boys. So I was like way taller than him. Not way taller. I was like, he was like, I don't know. But I was taller than him, and I did not want to deal with that. There was one time they tried to force us to kiss, and I didn't really want to kiss him. And it was a real sloppy, ugly kiss. And I really didn't want to do it, but oh gosh. But after that, we wasn't together anymore. And then I moved to the apartment where he lived at because of Ben. Apparently he started dating that girl's best friend that I was talking about. He started dating her. And I had no problem with it because, like, boy, I ain't like you in the first place. But if I wanted you, I most definitely could take you back. But I wasn't that type of girl. I wasn't no city girl back then. I ain't had that in my blood. So I just kept doing what I was doing because everybody already thought I was gay. So I kept on playing my football with them. I kept on, you know, just doing what I do, like the little tomboy I was or am. His girlfriend, there was one time I pushed that hoe off the slide. And people thought I did it out of jealousy. It's like, no. I was just playing, but I pushed her. I didn't expect my force to go as hard as it. You feel me? Like, I didn't mean to push out the slide, but I knew what I was doing.
Okay.
That same girl that he was dating at that time, she ended up doing some. At her age, she shouldn't have been doing none of that. But she ended up doing something with some other boy behind his back, and he lived in the same building. Not my business, but they was doing a lot. And he found out. John found out what his girlfriend did, and I was there for John. You know, I'm like, oh, your girlfriend cheated on you. Your girlfriend did this on you. Oh, I'm here. What's up? Hey, just straight homeboy, homegirl stuff. Like nothing more than that. They broke up. Me and John started hanging out more. We was real close. Like before, I can honestly say before, like him and I were like boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever you want to call it, because I hate that term. We were honestly like best friends. We started dating. We were just hanging out. Like, we was with each other 24/7. There was a time that Rick, you know, I had a best friend at the time. And her name, we're going to call her Tiffany. We're going to call this best friend Tiffany. So I had a best friend around the time. Me, her, and Rick, of course. We was always on the phone. But then when I started dating John, I started talking to them less. So that, you know, that brought her and Rick together, so they became more best friends than me and them were. It's just a whole lot. So the reason why me and John broke up, well, we didn't break up. It strained our relationship because I wasn't around anymore. My mama found out. Okay, so this was the day that my mom found out that I had a boyfriend. Okay. Let's get hot, bitch. Okay. So my auntie came one day. We was cooking. We had it was just like a little get together, like big food. We had crab. We was going to the pool. We had water balloons, all of that. And that was the day that everything blew up. One of my homeboys, we got mad at each other. I think it was because of a football game. He knew that my mom didn't know I had a boyfriend. So my mom knew about John, but she only seen him as my best friend, because literally that's all we did. We played football together. We was always together. We wasn't really on none of that, you know, stuff. So he took it upon himself to get back at me to snitch. My mama found out, so my mama dropped John off to his house with his sisters. Like literally his sister, like they had moved around this time. Around this time they moved away, but they still came back real often, just cause, especially for that day. They came back for that day just for all of us to hang out and stuff. You know how mamas be. She acted like she ain't hear none of that. So I'm in my head the whole time. I'm like, oh, hopefully my mama ain't, you know, she ain't hear what was going on, cause we dead ass had a whole argument in the hallway. We was arguing in the laundry room. It was to the point that John was about to fight my homeboy. Like John was about to fight him because like, why you trying to pull a card like that? You just making shit worse. So John was about to fight him, and then my uncle was gonna try to break it up and everything. Everybody trying to find out what's going on. And then out of nowhere, this homeboy said,
I'm gonna tell your mama. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm like, fuck. It was probably about like what, 8, 9. My mom like, okay, John, you and your sisters, time to bring you home. My mom drove them all the way home. And on the way back home, this other story is for a story for another time. But on the way back home, my mama, she said, so what was he talking about? It was like, everything already on the table. I might as well just snitch on myself too. So I told my mama what it was. Boop, boop. It's deeper than what I'm telling y'all right now. I don't want to give y'all too much. I'm going to save that story for another time. But driving, boop, boop, like a quick 2-piece right in my face. It's like, it hurt, but it was like one of the pains, like my adrenaline was already pumping, so I didn't even feel it. So then got home, she put them paws on me. My mama sure did put the paws on me. She let me feel her. Then we ended up moving. And it wasn't even only because of John, it was because of a whole bunch of other things. But John was a part of the reason, I guess. I remember Rick hitting me up. Rick, like, this was when Kick was popping. Kick was popping, and my brother was hitting me up. He was like, oh.
I be seeing John be around school talking to, this other girl.
It was so much people that John was trying to talk to. John was trying to talk to some girl named I ain't gonna say her name. We're gonna call her Shayana. John was trying to talk to Shayana, which was my other brother's cousin. So he tried to talk to Shayana. John was trying to talk to this other girl, and one of the girls that he tried to talk to while he was talking to me, he ended up dating her after me. So I was like, all right, cool. So my brother telling me all this tea. Mind you, they going to the same school, and he doing all of this in front of my brother's like, I'm not gonna find out. So my brother telling me all this tea.
Yeah, cuz, you feel me? I be seeing, they be in the hallway, and I heard you got something going on with what's your name and what you call it, blah, blah, blah. You see, whoop, 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 you feel me?
For real? Damn, for real? He like, yeah, cuz. Like, all of that.
But don't tell him I told you, though.
Like, all right, I'm gonna tell him. Mind you, we still talking. So I kicked him. Why my brother telling me that you doing this and that with whoever, and you trying to talk to her and this and that? And then, first of all, I lied to my brother. I done snitched on him. Secondly, I had put the whole thing out there. Like, I done, And then John, apparently, I guess he got frustrated. He said, bruh, bruh, blah, blah, blah. We don't even see each other, this and that. And it is like, okay. I'm already shaking when he's telling me this. Because I'm like, okay, I feel like I know where this is going. And he's like, we don't even see each other. And then one day, I was in school, and he had my friend Juliana text me on Kit talking about,
I don't want to be with you no more.
I ain't never cried so fast. I went in the bathroom, I just started crying. Like, I started crying because it's like, damn, bitch. Because don't get me wrong, yeah, you were my boyfriend or whatever, but you was my best friend first. Like, why you doing this? You just break it with me. You gonna break it with me because I can't see you? I don't even have a car. How you gonna trip about me not being able to see you like you could drive or something? I'm on lockdown, but I'm still taking a lot of risks for you, and you still gonna just break it with me like this? Like, I was just going through a whole bunch. I was stressed, and I was just crying to all my friends, and my sister like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm just like, that's how I was speaking, because I was lost of words. Even though there was times I logged into his Kick, I seen messages for myself. I was like, wow, this nigga really out here doing what my brother say he doing. But I still pushed that behind me because I'm like, damn, I really feel for this kid. Let me just, we're gonna talk, we're gonna work it out. And there'll be times we was on the phone and he'll just be so mean to me. We couldn't be friends because, like, it was just a lot. We broke up. Me and Tiffany and Rick, we started getting closer because they was the only people I was able to talk to at the time. And mind you, throughout all of this, Tiffany was my go-to girl. I told her everything. I told Tiffany when I was crying. I told Tiffany about the arguments, me and John. Tiffany was like my human form diary. And y'all just won't believe what this whole thing. There was one time, back when me and John was dating, John asked me who you love more, me or Tiffany. I told him straight up, I said Tiffany, because I could never lose her. Middle school passed. We in high school. Still ain't never talked to John. John ended up having this other female, and then me, y'all. We always end up running into each other. I ended up going to the same high school as John, and I seen him with his new girl. But I was real insecure, like, cause like she was just so different. Like, how you go from me to like all the other girls that he started dating, they look nothing like me. So like, you obviously like, I don't trust boys who do not have a type. This boy went from a red bones to the not big girls, but like muffin top, to like real skinny girls, like real short girls and real tall. It's like, what's your type? Cause I most definitely wasn't it. Cause I'm a big ass. Me and John, we gained contact again. So how about John told me that my homegirl Tiffany, that same girl Tiffany that I was always calling when I was crying, that same girl Tiffany that I would always hit up when I was dealing with something, especially relating to John. Tiffany knew everything that had to do with John. He and Tiffany, they was cool too. So I ain't really had nothing, like, whenever if they used to hang out, whatever, I don't really care, because, like, it was cool. I didn't really think it was nothing of it. John went to Tiffany's house to chill. I believe him when he said he only went to her house to chill, because, like, I don't think he would have crossed the line to that point. Like, they friends, they just wanted to chill. Tiffany decided to take John and, you know, do something with him. If you putting the pieces together, you putting the pieces together. Tiffany was trying to John, and John was like, bruh, you know you and me, you know what me and, you feel me, had going on, why you doing that for? And I don't think she thought about it. Like, I don't think she thought about that. So John told her, walk me out your door, and he left. Y'all, we gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna keep y'all guessing. And if y'all want me to continue with the story, we'll continue with the story. But if you enjoyed the story, please like, share, comment, subscribe. If you're new to my channel, girl, hit the subscribe button. Come on, please. And I'm here. BG out.